Okay, this is a look at Fox Dealer. Right off the bat, one, you're setting cookies for what reasons? And why are you, well, when you set cookies, it's to remember me, is to set something on my computer to allow you to remember what I did on your website. I've not done anything on this website. And this website, and they also asked me if I wanted to click a button to give my location. I mean, why in the heck am I having to click a button to give my location? Y'all have never heard of IPs before? Do you not understand how an IP works? I mean, you can track me with my IP. There's no reason for you to need me. And I'm on a desktop. Even if I clicked it, you wouldn't get any information. Nothing's going to happen even if I clicked your button. On top of that, I need to accept cookies. What is it that you're tracking me for? Why do you need to set cookies on my computer? I haven't clicked on anything. I haven't done anything. I haven't looked at any products. There's no reason for you to need to know who I am, because no matter what happens when I return, you're going to show me the same information. I've come back and forth from the website. It shows me the same stuff every time. Nothing changes. So why are you setting cookies on my computer? In addition to that, the website is not ADA compliant. You know you've got bad code. Right here, they use this little crazy crap here that is the opposite of look how confusing this is. If I'm seizure safe profile, so if your website causes me to have seizures, if your website is not ADA compliant, which this one apparently is not because they've got this crap, and start with it, let's understand. This code comes from a third-party website. So this third-party website, if I click this and I start clicking on stuff, it's going to take over the way this website looks and performs. So the business owner, the web design company, everybody loses total control because they can't code the website correctly to be ADA compliant. The only thing you have to do to make a website be ADA compliant is code it correctly. There are all kinds of tools to check. Look, one of the things, it should be W3C valid code. This thing's got 10 errors on it right here. One error could prevent it from working correctly in a device. One error can prevent it from being ADA compliant. It can prevent the search engines from being, there's just all kinds of reasons. It's like, if I hired a professional writer to write me something and then I looked at it and it was full of errors and writing errors and everything else, I would be like, hey man, why don't you check your code, your writing before you send it to me? There's all kinds of programs that will allow you to check to make sure it's correct. If you look, this thing's got errors, it's got warnings, it's got all kinds of problems in the code. They're using Squarespace. Squarespace is what you're using to build your websites with. How sad is that? Look, we've got bold, smart. This is your type. This is your problem. What is this? This is how you describe this is what you're trying to, this is what you consider search engine optimization. This is some crazy stuff going on here. But let's talk about the most important parts of the website. One, it has to be ADA compliant. This does not make it ADA compliant. At its best, it fixes about 25% of the problems. But immediately it's not ADA compliant, because to be ADA compliant means that the user experience for somebody with a disability has to be the exact same for somebody without a disability. If you go to a store and they say, we have a handicap ramp, it's supposed to come to the front door. You don't say, hey, listen, we've got a handicap ramp. It's in the back next to the dumpster. Go to the back of the building if you want to use the handicap ramp. That would get you fined. For this to be, and again, this thing only fixes about 25% of the problems. But for this thing to work, I have to click a link. I have to find this little blue thing. I have to click on it. I have to study this stuff here and figure out what my problems are and what I want to do. That is not ADA compliant. It's the exact opposite of being ADA compliant. So the website's not ADA compliant. No big deal. You could get fined maybe $50,000, $250,000. You can get sued over and over again until you fix the problem. But who cares? It's just money. $50,000 a pop is nothing for most of these big dealerships and stuff. So they're more than happy to pay that. This right here, the first thing I would do These are the top dealers choose Fox. So these are the companies that they have contracts with. If I was any of these companies and I looked at this website, I would find the person that signed the contract with this company and I would fire them because they don't know how to do their job. The most important thing, if you're going to compete online, just to be SEO friendly, just to start the first stages of being SEO friendly, the first content painting has to be in under a second, because Google will limit how deep and how they will stop crawling a website if it takes 11 seconds. They'll hit the website, crawl one page, and then they'll leave. So Google will never find, and this is the best. I mean, we have to assume that Fox Dealer built their website to be the absolute best. This is a web design company that should be taking the time to build the absolute best website that their customers, they can be slack with, but their website is their showroom. This is the best this company can do. So when we look and we see 11.1 seconds, this has you can call it a penalty if you want to. Google's going to limit how deep and how often they crawl the site. That's going to affect its search engine rankings. Google said for every 100 milliseconds, that you already start losing ranking stuff. I think it's 2 to 6% or something for every 100 to 300 milliseconds that you lose in your ranking. So this thing right here is not getting spidered, is losing search engine traffic. The largest content painting has to be in 2.5 seconds. This is 16.9. So this website also has ranking penalties. There's a ranking penalty if the website's not fully loaded in 2.5 seconds. So we can assume, and the accessibility, you can see that, I mean, this thing's got, how come their little thing ain't working? How come they've still got errors and everything? I mean, this thing is not accessible. I mean, that's what it's saying. It's full of errors. It's not accessible. This is an example of a web design company that does not care about their customers. They don't care about doing the job correctly. They don't care about their own website. So you can be 100% positive for sure they don't care about your website. So you figure if a website takes 3 seconds to fully load, Google's did some studies, and this is why they have the 2.5 second ranking penalty. If a website takes 3 seconds to load, it will lose 53% of its traffic. So looking at this website, we can assume that every website this company every company they build a website for is losing at the very least half their traffic because of the slow load times. And that's what this is showing us. It's showing us a web design company that's not concerned about their customers or the quality of the websites they build.